Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at everything. This is our live stream. We're going to do a little bit later in the day. Markets are closed and go over stuff. If you're just joining us now, punch up a symbol with the $sign. Let me know what your thoughts are. We'll take a look at it technically and see where these markets can go. Again, go to my website, StockBookie.com, sign up for a free membership. You will get an email right before we go live, and then you don't have to worry about missing it. But what a day on Wall Street, guys. It's, you know, a little bit of a beatdown, nothing crazy. Seen it before. We got no volume, then boom. Hey, what's going on? Hopefully my stream will continue today. Today, I don't know, something happened. So, but before we start, though, I want to start with this, with the SPY and the reason why, you know, we are mostly short in these markets and what we do here at StockBookie.com. So we're short-term traders. We mostly take share positions on resistance and support. At this point, we are shorting mostly everything we do at this, you know, in this junction of the markets. If you look at here, this is the monthly spider or the S&P 500 index. This is the ETF. If you look at these, this is their .com boom. This is your housing boom. And this is the central bankers printing money, buying bonds out of control. Gonna be boom. Today we had a nice pullback on a 120, I think it was 125 million on the day on the close on the SPY. So volume did pick up right here. Normally we were having 50, 60, 70. So we almost doubled it today. When you do double that volume, you have a good chance of this market selling. So we'll see what happens. So that's why we're short. So I want to explain that to you. We're in short-term trades. We do a lot of intraday work. And we do some swing trades as well, meaning we take on a position no more than 10% of your total portfolio. So if you are in a trade with shares, if you have a $100,000 account, you don't want to take any more than a $10,000 position. Options are a little different. If you have a $100,000 account and you work in options, take a $1,000 position, $2,000 position, $3,000 position. No more than 3% of your portfolio if you're doing options. Just spread them across the board, guys. Right now, I've been telling everybody with puts, don't buy puts. And for the last 7 months, now you could possibly nibble. I want to see a little bit more tomorrow and the rest of the week, see what these markets give us. But at this point, we had a nice, nice outside day. If you look at the daily chart, markets got, markets came down pretty good. Nothing crazy. I mean, we're not, it's not like a bloodbath or anything. I mean, it was bad. It's a couple 100 points down, 200 or whatever it was, but nothing crazy. We're down 1.28%. But the one that's talking to us, guys, is the IWM and the IYT. If this isn't leading the markets, this could lead us down. So, and this outside bar today, we were down almost 3% on the day. Wow. They got everybody sucked in right here and they dumped it right in their faces, guys. So be careful with these markets. If you are long, tighten up the stops and then go from there. No, Douglas, I don't have a live chat room. Once eventually I will. Once I get these things, get my website going. I have a couple more things to do to the website, but once I get more people signed up and then eventually, do a monthly fee, it'll be cheap. It won't be anything crazy. But just kind of weeding out the people that don't really want to be here. I get a lot of trolls. I get a lot of people, spamming me and stuff. And it's like, you know what? If they pay me 25 bucks a month, I hope they wouldn't troll me. But you never know. All right, guys, let's go right to the charts and just punch up the $sign symbol, and we'll go from there. What's up, everybody? Tony started here. BAC and Goldman. Buy the dips worked in the past. Of course it does. They're conditioning it, Tony. Everything's about conditioning. Buy the dip, buy the dip. But yeah, today, with the Goldman leading the way down a couple days ago, you got the oil coming in. But you know what? You're starting to come into some good support here. If you look at Goldman Sachs, I know I got a bunch of lines here, but take that off. Let's put a fib on here just to see what's going on here. Yeah, I was going to say 750. You're into this gap window. You still have a gap fill here and double bottom. So this thing damn well can come back down to 227. 226.50, maybe to this gap fill around 223. But with this big bar selling, I got to see more tomorrow. We're down 45 cents after hours. I don't know if that's just an out of order or someone putting something through after hours because they have to. But yeah, that was an ugly sell-off. So You got to be careful with these stocks right now. This should be leading still. Remember, this thing led the way up, the Trump rally, this and that. Everyone bought puts here, and they just smashed them. Then they give you a little stab in the eye at the end before the marches expired, and then they kill you right after they expire. Then of course they dump it, and everybody could have made money. You know how that works, guys. That's what these guys do. But right now, if you are long Goldman, and if you got up here at the top, be very, very careful, guys, because this can easily be a $195 stock again if the markets dump out. We haven't had that yet. We're really overdue, but just keep your eyes open in these markets. We get some more selling with Goldman, even JPM. Is JPM? Bank of America. JPM's the real Bank of America. Yeah, I mean, even this one, I've been telling everybody short, 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 short. Even right here, I was telling everyone to short. When it popped up, if you had room to add more, keep adding. Eventually, these are coming down. This thing really takes a butt kicking. It's coming down to 18 bucks. Stocks love to come back to the 200 MA, and here it is down here sitting. It might curl up to 19, but gosh, from 25 to 19 bucks, that's a hell of a trade. I would be out. So yeah, so right now, just be careful. If you're in up here, tighten those stops. Everyone thinks you're gonna bounce, but this is the one time, because everyone, it's different this time. They're there just in case with the markets, but they're there for what? You know who was the big money was distributing as this thing was holding up. They were distributing back here too. You can't tell me they're not. Big boys distribute at the highs, not at the lows, guys. So just tighten the stops up. Oh man, this thing just ripped through support areas like no tomorrow today. So just be careful. I mean, you have a gap fill down here, you have double bottom down here. Still a lot going on. It's not just going to go straight down, but at this point, I don't know. It could be like the 2015 flash crash, guys, where we get the starting day at 200, and the next day it's 300, and the next day it's 500, and then one day it just craters 1,500 points, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" But I promise you, I will be finding bounce spots, especially when this thing starts to go. And the funny part is, everyone's ripping on me for adding shorts up here, but this is when you add shorts, when everyone's euphoric, or the markets are never going down, it's going to be so great, blah blah blah. This is when you want to add. You might have to hold them for a couple months and then withstand some pain. That's why you take small positions, no more than 10% of your total portfolio. So and then because these are the days that if you were lucky enough to get this thing up at 25, boom, you're already 250 in the money on a $23 stock. That's a hell of a trade right there. This thing starts to go, my oh my. Keep an eye on China tonight. Keep an eye on all those, because at this point, all this Trump trade crap and all the news talking heads, this is a bunch of crap, guys. This rally here was to get all the retailers on board, past the 20,000, 21, the hype, the CNBC cheerleading, everything's great. Because when this thing comes down and everyone's jumping off the cliff, and I keep saying this, we'll be buying, we'll be going long. As everyone's starting to short then and dumping their longs, we'll be stepping up to the plate to try to catch that bounce, because that's what we do here. GDXJ, Clinton, I don't really play those. I play the GLD. Those are triples. You can't really, they kind of have a mind of its own, or doubles, whatever. I follow the GLD, and right now, nothing wrong with the GLD. Pulled up, got above the 20. We always talked about, as long as this thing gets above the moving averages and keeps going, we're fine. When this thing pulled back right here, we had a slight bearish pattern here. And you know what? The bearish pattern didn't play out. Popped up on Janet Yellen's lip service, and boom, took off like no tomorrow. We're right back almost to the high where we were here. But looking at the weekly on gold, we're right back in the resistance with the 200, and we got the 50 coming up. It needs to get through this area. If it does not, you might have one more pullback and then the next wave. We'll see. We've got to keep an eye on this. But right now, nothing wrong with this trade. If we get a little more fear in the markets the next couple of days, I think gold will start ripping up. For some, whatever reason, Janet Yellen, I didn't say that. They think to bring the dollar down, markets go up. But look what's happening. Dollar down, oil down. Gold's going up, but shouldn't the dollar down, oil up? That's pretty much what the thing was. As this thing was pulling back, oil was going up a little bit, and all of a sudden the big disconnect. And that's the other thing, guys. The USO has been taught right on this big sell day. I was telling everybody, watch my videos. This is talking to us. People thought this was a bottoming tail. I was like, I think we still have some gaps to fill down here. Filled the gap, got a couple day bounce. trying to hold it up to show everybody, yeah, it's the USO, OPEC's cutting, and right back down to the lows. I still think we're filling the gap and then going down to 956. I did post a video on this stuff, so that's all on there. But, you know, for the GDXJ, I don't know. You know what? I think gold's going up still. Could have a pause day here and there, but I think gold's, you know, the GLD is going higher. But that's me. So NEM. Right now, you know what? Had a, you know, fell off from here, double top. This is the breakdown area. It kind of chopped around, popped up on probably Trump trade, you know, stuff like that. Christmas time gets up here to double top, and then let's take this away. I just want to, oops. Yeah, and then right back in. Gets a little bit of a pop inside bar. You know, if the markets are weak, this is a tougher one. Inside bar, still weak, still below the moving averages. Did pop above the 20. I mean, I guess this can go up if gold keeps going up. I'm not sure what this one is, but if it's a gold trade or with it, you know, if gold goes up and if this follows gold, this will possibly go up. But if the markets start dumping, you know, this could be another culprit to go down. You know, tough to say with this one right now. Technically, though, a little bit weak. You fell off. You have a little bit of a bearish pattern, bearish inside bar. You know, if it doesn't get above that 34.48 and start shooting for the 50 MA, then most likely this thing's going to head down. And if it goes down, you're probably looking at double bottom, then double bottom down here around 30 bucks. Around 30 bucks, you might step up. Markets are dumping. You don't want to step up on anything. And even gold can come down if the markets sell. So have a gap window. You have a gap fill around 29.49. Some gaps to fill down. But right now, you know, came off the, you know, high, pulled back, bearish pattern, try to retrace, got more longs on board, slammed it to them, and then, you know, I mean, this thing could go down. That's what I'm looking at there. All right, let's see here. ESPR. We looked at this one earlier today. We came down to we came up to the 50% retrace. You have some good consolidation here. That's going to be resistance as well. So at this point, I mean, this could be the end of the road here. I mean, we had a nice push up. Oh, that's right. I think it had earnings, and then it pushed up right into this level. We were talking maybe 50, never made it. Pull back. Gosh, I mean, that's an ugly reversal coming in. It came down to here. You got to wait for pattern here. Nothing really to do for me. If you're short, great. If you're long, tighten the stop. I just want to see it the monthly just to see what the monthly looks like. Yeah, I mean, it popped through here, popped through there. We'll see where it closes on the monthly. It wasn't bad, but at this point, you know, I'm taking this high pivot here. You got the stop. You know, I would have thought at least 50, maybe the 618, but it looks like it's not going to make it there. But if the markets dump in, this one will probably start to go lower, as of everything else. Unless there's earnings, guys, something like that, or some news coming up, or like Tesla, Elon's going to tweet tonight that don't short my stock and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, stuff like that. The Lab D, I'm going to look at the IBB. I like to follow that a little bit more. I've been, you know, following this one for a while. We had a nice sell bar. That bar there selling me lower prices, guys. I'm still in the camp when this is all said and done that we're going to be down here about 250 or so, somewhere in this area. And if that cracks, we're going lower. You know, down to double bottom, which is around 240. You have a great area down here for a bounce, but again, we start coming down fast and furious. We might take some, you know, short-term call positions. You know, and I'll throw out some calls if I see something really, really good. But you know, I don't want to put. This is why, guys, I don't try to go long and get cute in these markets. Just like here. So you go up, we short this thing, comes in, goes up again, we short it again. It comes into this great support every time, and I want to buy this so bad. I could taste it, but you know what? This is the crap that you wake up to. You buy right here off the support, double bottom. Say there's a fib, there's a gap fill down here, a lot of support, and then you wake up to this crap. You know, 237 down on the Dow, and this thing's just tanking. So I can't put myself at risk. I rather wait patiently for this to come back up and start shorting this thing again up in here. And that was the right move. We had a post on StockTwits. I think it was around 301.20 or something. Say, hey, you better short this thing, and boom. I think it was right here on one of these days. It was somewhere. If you look on my StockTwits, you'll see it on there. But yeah, I mean, it popped up and was like, gosh, you got to short this thing, especially pulls back, retraces to the high. You got to short it, guys. But if you're long in these markets, be really, really, really careful. But the IBB right now, the pattern I'm following is the monthly. That's one ugly pattern on here, guys. If this pattern plays out, we're going to 206, and I wouldn't rule out gap fill around 174, and when it's all said and done, 126. Telling you, all these things are way overflated. It's still early. I'm getting a little excited. I have a lot of shorts out there. I got paid really, really well today, and I still did some intraday stuff, which I'll share with you in the next couple weeks or so. But the IBB is down 62 cents after hours. No big deal. But again, you know what? Buy the dip mentality's out there. All the sheep the sheep are there, ready to pounce. They think it's never going down. So just be really, really careful in these markets, guys. FedEx. And if you're in any of the short positions that I posted and they're starting to come in and you're making money, pull something off. Don't be shy. Just because I didn't post something to say, hey, sell that, you're getting your butt kicked. Let me look at this iRobot again, though. Ah, man, that's a great retrace. That would have been another good short, guys, right there. An iRobot, look at that, right to gap window here. And then boom, I would have waited gap fill. But look at that. And if you really want to split hairs with iRobot, we've traded this one a couple times. Look at this trend line. Connecting the bottoms right into it. And gap, gap window. I wouldn't say gap. Gap fill's a little high. Gap fill's right here. But look at that. Boom, boom. Get all the suckers out. It's iRobot. Upgraded 22 times. You know how it goes, guys. All right, so FedEx, they had earnings, I guess. I guess they were good, bad, I don't know. Well, they're up $4, so it looks like they bounced up. Yeah, we're short FedEx, so I'm sticking with it. If it goes up a little higher, I'll add a little bit more. I don't care. If you're not short FedEx, if you get up to the 201, 202 area, short this thing tomorrow if it makes it. This could be a good gap up, crap out play. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. If the markets are coming in, that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to probably do a put position, and it's going to be, a week out with options. Maybe I'll probably go 2 weeks out. But again, if I'm in a trade with $1,000, I make 500. I'm pulling it that day. But I'll be watching this one tomorrow. If I see a trade on this intraday, just a short term, we get in, maybe hold for a couple days and get the hell out, I will post it. But right now, nothing wrong. Gapped up. It's $4 up after hours. But I guess it dropped about 7. It hit resistance right here, right in this gap window, gap fill, double bottom area, and then it bounced right up. So right now we're sitting right about, let's see, 196. Yeah, nothing crazy. We're at this high pivot here. But, if you want to look at this too, you got this high pivot here as well. So this could be knocking at that door too. So you can play it that way. And, you can even do something like this if you wanted to. Just so when it's coming down. So if it comes up, pops up here, starts coming back in, we'll start pulling some off here, pull some off here, finding support levels and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see. I guess it missed earnings, but hey, it missed earnings, great. We're gonna do a stock buyback. Buffett bought more shares, and everything's great. That's what these guys are doing right now. So, all right, need several down days in a row in order to start some fear in this. Yeah, you know what? It will happen. You know what? It might not happen now, but people will come and buy the dip. But I'm looking at the SPY, guys. This is what I'm looking at for tomorrow. Looking at this 50 MA, this trend line here. That's a pretty big area of support. You're into the 5-0. That area is right around 232.42. And then you have a gap fill around 231.44. So if we do flush out, I'll be probably looking for the 231, 230 area. We'll see. I might be on the mic tomorrow morning. We'll see. I'll post something a half hour before we do it. Again, sign up at StockBookie.com, free membership. You get the emails and all that good stuff. I'm going to keep pushing it, guys. I want to get more members. I want to start that chat room too, and where we get more people and everyone can talk and all that good stuff. And then we go over options, over trades, try to find the best option to take on a trade when something's going up or down. I don't really care. Just want to be in the right side of the trade, making some money. But again, we'll be watching this area down in here if we come back in. For all I know, we go right back up to the top. They sit it around for another 5 months and then they drop it again. So it's just starting, if it is even starting. We had a great volume, 131 on the day. So you have to respect that as well. So are we? Oh, after hours. After hours is I had a long day today, guys. I'm like, are we closed? Not yet. We're not closed after hours yet. But yeah, so that's what we're looking for tomorrow. Let's see, John Holy, 90% gain on March 31st. Baba puts, hold or sell. 90% gain, you're asking me? Come on, man. Got to dump. I mean, you know, we talked about this area, you know, in one of the live sessions or maybe online. That I don't know where I did one of these videos, but this was a big area down here. You had to you had to, you know, pivot up here. You had the breakdown area. And if it wasn't going to make it through that, it was most likely going to come back in. We'd have a big sell day, guys. Market's dump. It's coming in. You know, Win stayed up, but apparently they need Win at higher prices. Someone does, so they don't have to pay option, you know, premium on that one. Whatever the weekly options are, whatever the strike price is, these guys got to hold this thing up maybe 111, 112. It's a pretty amazing what Win did today. But yeah, I mean, if you took, gosh, you know, there were so many trades that just faded today. It was just epic. Apple was the epic one where it gapped up on the red iPhone. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's red! Oh my gosh, buy more Apple!" It's like, "Oh my gosh, are you guys that stupid?" But if you have 90%, if you have a, you know, 5, 10 contracts, sell half, protect it. Goes back up, start taking it off, and say thank you. But you know, sell half and let it come in some more. If it comes in again, sell half of the half. Hold, you know, if you have 10 contracts here, sell 5 here, sell 3 down here, hold 2. Because you know you might come back down, fill this gap at 98. You might even come back down into 200 MA. If these markets start falling apart, everything's tanking and you will get paid. So still puts are tough in these markets. But if you get these pullbacks, you got to take it because you don't want this thing to pop back up and just sit for 3 weeks and just whoop your ass in that position. You got to take it easy. Douglas, do I have a live chat room? Not yet. You know, I'm working on that. I think there's some stuff with WordPress where I can add it to it, but you know, just I'm not a web developer. I'm a trader, and I'm trying to do this website. I'm doing it, you know, slowly but surely. I'm getting it, you know, going. Got the videos up there, but I wanted to where, you know, once you sign up, only members can get certain things, stuff like that, you know, and it's still free right now. So, you know, take advantage of it. And when I do charge, if I ever do, I got to get it together first. But if I charge, it's going to be cheap and I will make you money. I was in an Apple. But that's with Baba. Just be careful. If the markets stay buoyant, you know, Baba can go up because people will buy the dip. But Apple, we took the trade. Our option was over 150% up, and you know, we sold half, and I'm going to ride it. That's what we're going to do here, guys. You know, I did a couple of trades with this one too. Yeah, you get up over 100%, you got to pull it. It's like, thank you very much. Even with $1,000 position, you make a grand. See you later. But this one's down a little bit after hours. But Apple, what a great, look at that. Well, look at that fade today. Man, I was looking at this thing. I was like, you know what? This is a bunch of crap. And then the IWM started pulling back. It was like, whoa. So as this one was going up, I had my eye on the IWM. So the IWM gapped up and it just faded throughout the day. So Apple was going up. It was like, oh, you know, then the SPY started fading. So on the 30 minutes into it, let me leave this one up here. This is what I'm looking for, guys. 30 minutes into it, I'm watching the SPY. 10-minute. I'm like, man, Apple iPhone red, and then they're readjusting the iPad or some crap like that. So then boom. So we started going 20 minutes down and Apple was going up still. I was like, you know what? Holy crap, they gapped this thing up. This thing could be a fade candidate. Boom. Bought a put right here. Ripped it. Oh my God, that was epic. I think it was like 52 cents or something. And it got to $2 actually at one point. So it was up 200% today. It was a March 141 Apple put. It was up over 200% on the day at one point. I was like, damn. And I know there's a bunch of other ones. Chipotle too, keep an eye on. But, you know, so as this thing, as the SPY's fading, so then I'm watching the IWM too. Same thing, gap up. Look at the IWM. This thing started coming in hard. Had pretty good volume, you know, out of the gate. I mean, not bad, but then the volume really started picking up. You know, people want out. This is probably one small hedge fund dumping. Not a lot, but you get 3 or 4 hedge funds dumping. Janet Yellen's not going to do shit in these markets, guys. This light volume crap, yeah, she can hold this shit up forever. You start getting some volume in here, sorry, honey, it's not going to happen. That's why I tell them, look what we came into, double bottom right here, but we still, you know, still trying to hold 134. Yeah, it barely held. So that was double bottom over here. Barely held, but it was a pretty good area. But remember, we talked about this. We did a live intraday chat room earlier today. Had some problems with it. I didn't have problems, but a lot of people had some feed issues. Can hear me, but they couldn't see video, so we just stopped it. But yeah, this is bearish consolidation throughout the day. You know, of course, look at right here, guys. Buy the dip. And people came in, bought the dip, and then it was short-lived. Boom, brought it down, consolidate, bam, in their face. They're still in it. Oh, I buy the dip every day. It's going to be great. And what happens if we're 400 down tomorrow? Then what are you going to do? Because most likely these guys are going in with all margin, the whole 9 yards. So Baba, get out of those options. Tomorrow you get another pullback. Sell something. Just take half off, take a couple off, do something, please. Nibbling with a small TVIX short, willing to average up. TVIX, is that playing the downside? I don't play these things. These things make no sense to me. They're like options, and when they sit around, do nothing, you get slammed. This is going up pretty good. I don't know. You're shorting this thing? TVIX short? So this is what happens when the market goes up? Oh my gosh, I wouldn't attempt that right now. I can't. Wow. TVIX, I don't even follow. This thing just has a mind of its own. But let me tell you, if you're shorting this thing, if this thing starts taking off, this could be at least $100 stock in no time on the daily. It's still a little bit bearish, but I wouldn't mess around with this shorting this thing. You get another 300-400 down day tomorrow, you're going to get your head handed to you. That's me at least. I showed you the SPY chart. I'm not shorting anything, or I'm not going long anything until we come back in, and then I'll start going long again. I don't really care. But TVEX, that's not for me. If you want to play around with this one, just make sure you don't load the boat. And averaging up, gosh, I know the market. You think everything's going up forever, but just be careful in that one. You want to short this one. Be prepared for some pain, especially these markets pull back. We could get a quick 5-day pullback. It could be 3,000 points on the Dow, and TVIX is up at $100. So just be careful. You got to do it. Go short. Go small. Very, very small. ABBV. Let's see here. Guys, as you can tell, as the markets pull back, everything's going to come down. The only thing saving this one right now is this little pivot here, which is gap window, but you do have a gap fill down here. You still have a high pivot, then you have all the moving averages here. If the markets start to give it up, look at this. So we go down, markets catch a bounce, goes up, markets start to come back in. So this one's just chopping around. Share size, share is pretty good today. Let's look at the monthly real quick on this one. Biotech for tomorrow. Yeah, look at this. You can even connect the high here and go, do something like that. So it almost made it there. If you took this high here from here, that's where it stopped. It's pretty much stopped in its tracks right at there. And double top. And now you're making lower highs, which is bearish. If you're long this one, just tighten that stop up. If the markets come down, sell it off. Let it come down if you got to be an owner of this. Oh, man. Depends on the markets, guys. You can catch this, some support here. You're gonna have some support at the MAs, gap fill. Markets give it up. This one can easily come back down to 55 bucks. I'm going lower, guys. You got a gap fill down in here. You got some pivots down here. You can stop at 60. That sets up to go lower. You're looking at 55. And for a bullish pattern, you need to stay above these areas. You need to get above these pivots. Attack the double top up here. 68 bucks, and then start trimming some off the top. You go to 65 to 68, 69, take it off. Again, though, if the SPY and the indexes start dumping, they're all going down. And they might pop up because of options. Someone doesn't want to pay it. They'll put their money in it, or a market maker will manipulate a stock, but just be careful. So, yeah, that's really, had a pretty good run from 55, kind of came back in, retraced up. Now it's chopping. Watch these areas. If it breaks through gap fill down here, the gap window, expect lower prices to come. Markets dumping, definitely. If the markets go back up, then hey, I wouldn't rule this thing going back up, getting above these areas. But right now, for me, I couldn't go short, couldn't go long. If I was long, I'd tighten up that stop. What do I think about biotechs tomorrow? After seeing that IBB and that butt kicking today, you get an inside bar. Don't get me wrong, this thing can bounce up like it does always. But look at these big red bars here, and it just led to lower prices here. You get some big red bars, you get that big red bar, left it, but it hit some MAs. You do have support coming up here, double bottom. But I'm thinking if it comes in, we could go to 285, 284. Maybe it does a little stretch job and then bounces up because you have support. But be very careful. This can gap down tomorrow, and next thing you know, it's lights out, and we're heading right here towards 279, 275 area. But if you're long, if you're long, tighten up that stop. If you start getting down in here, you better start thinking about taking something off the table. We could get a bounce down in here though. Quarter number 275. It could definitely bounce and go back up. So just be careful with these markets, guys. That's all I can say. Tomorrow, I mean, tomorrow we could be up 300 for all I know. Trump fixed it. Janet Yellen's doing this. Siegel's telling everyone to buy. Buffett said he put another 50 billion in the markets. Elon's, buying more Tesla, whatever. So, but yeah, at this point, you get a bar like that, look out. I see lower prices. Right now, there's really no pattern other than a down move. I'd look for sideways action maybe for the next spot, going, downhill, or a retrace back up into this area here, and then go from there. But if you're long, just tighten that stop up and be really, really careful in these markets. Not to put fear in you guys, but if you look at the SPY, we're at the top of the markets. If this thing wants to continue down, this is going to take everything with it. I don't care. I don't care if it's Qs, the IBB, the IYT, blah, blah, blah. They're all going down, guys. But just be careful. Hi, John. Enjoy your channel. I followed your advice last week by shorting Tesla. Sold it today. Sell out. Keep it up the good work. Google and video short. How can I follow you on Twitter? Just send me an email. Let me know what your Twitter handle is, and I'll put you in there. Actually, you could post it on here too. I could go to Twitter. I have people that want to follow me, but if they don't send me a request and say, hey, John, this is my name or what have you, I'm just not going to let you in. That's it. So, and I'm trying to keep as many people out of there as possible, because then I get people just spamming me and crap like that. And it's like, all I'm doing is posting trades. If you don't want to follow me, just get the hell out of my room. I got so many people knocking me on this and that and everything else. It's like, hey, whatever. This is what I do. This is what I right now in markets like this, I'm adding shorts. And when we come down, if we do, I'll be, making great money. And then I'll be buying and going long again. I don't care. I'm long or short. Doesn't really matter to me, guys. But hey, thanks for everything with the joining my channel and all that. Tesla, that was great. Google and NVIDIA short. Yeah, I've been telling everyone to short Google. NVIDIA, it pulled back pretty nice today. I think yesterday would have been the day to do it. To step up, but we had a nice pullback. We're talking about this bearish pattern on NVIDIA. Here would have been the great spot on the retrace, and I should have put the trade out there. I'm still upside down in my trade, but eventually we will be back down here, and I'll hopefully get a break even. I'm only in a 10% position, actually lower now because I've been killing it for the last 3 months. I'm probably in about a 7%. I can handle this crap. So even if I had 300-400 shares of this, I'm down 20 bucks on it. I'm down 8 grand. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know exactly what I'm down, but I'm just saying though, if you take in the right size positions and with a big account, 8,000 is nothing. And even 8,000 in your total portfolio, if you're not in 10% of your position, you're down say 30%. It's only like a 0.5% in your total portfolio of a loss. You're not getting your butt kicked. It's all about money management in these markets, guys. So once it gets back down here, I'll cover it. Like Goldman Sachs, everyone was laughing. I'm almost in the money on that one. What was the other one too? There was another one. Tesoro that came crashing down. JPM's coming in. They're all coming in, and when they do, I'll take off one at a time, like I've been doing the last 3-4 months. We've had over 90 trades out there, and we've covered probably 30 of them. Added probably 30 more, and boom! If we covered 30 more, we'll have 60 winners, and we'll still have 60 out there, guys. And they're mostly on Twitter, so mostly. I don't do everything on Twitter, but yeah, we'll see. But Google too, we're telling people to short that one. We have a short position. We're back in the money on this one by about $6-7. So everyone was laughing as it was going up. It's all right. We'll see. You're an idiot, StockBookie. You should be stock rookie. All right. Then this is what you wait for, guys. We stir step again down. I'll make 30-40 bucks on this thing. Again, if you have 100 shares, it's 3 grand. If you have 300 shares, even better. If you have 1,000 shares, you're the man. So, but again, no more than 10% of your total portfolio in any position, and then rock it. Just spread them apart. If you have a $300,000-$400,000 account, you should be in 30 trades, 10-15 grand each. You make 5-10% on each one. You make your 1,500, get the hell out. Make your 500, get out. Make 1,000, get out. You do 300 of those a year, you're making great money. Then you start building your account. Next thing you know, you're in $20,000 trades. You make 5%, it's $1,000. You make 10%, it's $2,000. Next thing you know, you're in $30,000 trades, about 30 of them at a time. Then you start making some serious cash, guys. And you know what? I didn't start with a lot of money. I just built it in the last 8 years. And when you put on these positions and you spread them all apart and each one's coming in one at a time, there's nothing better than that, guys. And the best part, like I said, this thing's crashing and everything's coming in. We'll be looking spots to buy as everyone's going. And then I'll get everyone going, you're an idiot. You're going long in these markets. I'm like, damn right I am. well, we went long here, and we didn't wait patiently for double bottom and gap fill. Well, that's what I'm waiting for. I still think this one's going down to at least 790, possibly lower. But you know what? I guess it could go straight down. I'm waiting for, let's see, a little pattern retrace and the next wave down, or do we come right down? So if you're long in Google, long in anything, just be careful, guys. Here's something about tax cuts being the catalyst for the move. Trump may not be able to push the agenda through with the markets. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I could care less, Tony, about the news. All I know is the markets are extended. Everything's a high flyer, and you just got to short everything if you can. And if not, then you buy the SDS, you buy the TWM, you buy the QID, you buy whatever shorts the markets, the LabD, whatever other ones for the IBB, the USO. You could take the SCO. Just remember, you go in those triple ETFs or double ETFs, don't load the boat, please. P-TIE, I don't know what that one is, but let's punch it in. P-TIE. Yeah, that's why I don't know. I don't follow these low, no volume ones. I can't tell you what these are doing, but I can tell you one thing though. I went to the 200 MA here, and gap window coming in this area here, and that's where it pretty much stopped. So apparently had volume today. Some news probably got thrown out on this one. If you're long, just that's it. And you hit resistance here, and that's why it's pulling back. And as a technical trader, I mean, if you're in this thing from 67, it goes to 133. It's like an option. Get the hell out. And these are, if you want to play these, play it with the money you're willing to lose, like an option. If you can lose $1,000, play it with $1,000. If you can lose $100,000, play it with $100,000. You can play it with 10 million, play it with 10 million. I've had guys with huge positions where they could take $1 million loss and take a stab at this one. Me, no way. I'd do maybe 1,000, 5,000, maybe 10 at the most. But still, this is all. I'd rather go to the casino. Vegas, that is. I'm in Phoenix. We have casinos out here. If I'm going to go play with 10 grand, I'm going to go to the casino, have them kiss my ass, go to some shows, dump a bunch of money. I'm a blackjack player, play the $100 hand crap, and then work it from there. So I'd rather have fun doing that than just holding this thing. And I'd rather have some drinks and be with my wife and my kids and having fun. If I lose 10 grand, oh, so be it. I'd rather lose 10 grand in the blackjack table, going seeing shows and eating some good food in Vegas than putting into this stock and hoping it goes up. But to get my point across, if you're going to go with this stock, you got to go small. You might have some news. I mean, you could have news tomorrow. This thing pops to $10 for all I know. But yeah, I don't really play these, Alex. I kind of stay away from that crap. Is the session on? Yeah, I think so. Can everybody hear me? I hope so. Today it kind of went off. So I don't know, my video went off, but everyone can hear me. So Ray Hug Day was a big tell, risk off rotation and precious metals. Yeah, you know what? The USO was telling me, guys, and the IWM and the IYT, when this thing started coming in, it was like, something's up here. So something's coming up. Then when they raised the hikes, everyone was clapping. Oh, Janet, oh my gosh, that's such good news. You're raising the free money policy, and you're gonna make us pay interest on the free money. That's not good. These the Wall Street institutions, they want free money forever. They don't want to pay any interest. They're screwing the senior citizens. They're screwing everybody. And then everybody who has massive credit card debt, massive anything debt, their shit's going to go skyrocketing. And then even their margin debt. These institutions, they're borrowing money. They're doing stupid shit just like they always been doing. Don't trust these guys. Just like Bernanke, punch out Uncle Benny back in 2008 on Capitol Hill. Go to YouTube after the video here. Punch up Benny Bernanke and watch him telling everybody on Congress that he's got the housing under control. We aren't going lower from here. Everything's fine. And then Lehman blew up and it was lights out. Well, I guess we're bailing out everybody now. Remember Dick Fold on Lehman on Kramer 3-4 weeks before that? Everything's fine with us. I'm not telling you to buy my stock, but we're pretty good over here at Lehman. Yeah, they were leveraged like $670 million in the. No, I think it was it might have been the billions in the mortgage backed securities, and when that all went downhill, they were like, yeah, we got a problem here. So, and then they're out of business. Yeah, 3 weeks before, we're fine. Trust us. Yeah, but Dick Fold, just like Billy Ackman, They, he walked away with 900 million in salary, and he was up on Capitol Hill too, going, "Well, that's not a lot of money." Well, yeah, to you Wall Streeters, it's nothing, but to an individual like us, 900 million, I would take that in a heartbeat. I don't know about you guys. So I need some redemption for following you. I purchased some puts 3 months ago and took a beating. DPZ up today. You know what? I've been telling you guys, and I know you went back and forth with me on my, well, you told me to go puts and buy them 3 months out. I said, that's your risk. You keep going on these puts and you keep crying here. I really don't want to hear it, to be honest with you. I've been telling you, go back to all my videos. I've been telling you guys, don't buy puts in these markets. Don't buy puts. Even 3 months out, you're still taking a risk. I don't want to be a dick here, but this DPZ, I'm still in it. I have shares. It doesn't matter to me. If you're going to try to buy a high flyer, and as you know, if you're playing a high flyer, and if you've been following me, you know damn well that these are monthly chart plays. Even if you go 7 months out, it's a monthly chart play. I can't tell you guys that enough. It keeps going up on the monthly chart. This isn't a daily chart where it's going to take a day to play out. It could take months to play out. I put these positions on here, and that's it. If you're going, and then another thing, if you're going in these puts and you're going all in, that's not my fault either. I just told you guys again, $1,000 positions, $5,000 positions. If you're losing $5,000 on these positions, that tells me you're going a little bit too much to me. I have a big account, guys. I'm only doing $1,000 put positions, $2,000 put positions. So, if look at my videos. I've been telling everyone for months not to buy puts. And if you have to buy puts, you go a couple months out. Doesn't mean it's going to be a good trade, just buys you more time to lose your money. That's it. Did you see any put trades on my Twitter feed? No, not putting them out. So if you want to go puts in these, that's your risk. I don't know what to tell you. Need some redemption for following me, then don't follow me. I'll block you right now and we'll be done with this relationship. Don't tell me, don't, it's just, and then everyone telling me this and that, and why are you going short, blah, blah, blah. You know what? If you are following me, then you know what's up, and DPZ up today, big deal. Gosh, if you can't, if there's no crying in trading, you take the position, you know what you're willing to risk, and you do it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't, like I said, I don't mean to be a dick, but geez. Also had too much shorts. You're using margin too? That's like the kiss of death. I don't use margin. The only time I use margin if I'm going in a scalp trade. Talks about options only told me to buy 3 months ago. No, Ron, you know what? I'm blocking you, dude. You know what? One more crap, I'm done. You send me these emails crying all the time. For the guys who really follow me, what are you doing in your positions? Big positions too? You're using margin? That's exactly what I don't do. Exactly. I'm not an options guy, and I've been telling you that. And I said, if you got to do it, go 3 months out and go small. And and there's no crying in trading. Yeah, I'm in positions upside down. I got my ass kicked in Goldman, NVIDIA. But you know what? I'm still putting on positions. I'm still going along. I'm still scalping every day. I mean, if you don't like me, then don't follow me, man. There's other traders on StockTwits. There's a bunch of other guys too. Guys who will trade options, just like what you want to do. But yeah, don't talk crap on my feed and then fill it up and tell me about, hey, I bought stuff on margin and he talks options and told me to buy 3 months ago. I told you if you had to go do it, you go 3 months out. Jeez. Yeah, 2,200. So you must have at least $100,000 account, right? If you're willing to lose 2,200. What did I start the video with? I started, if you're doing options, if you have $100,000 account, maybe 1,000, maybe two, what's your size account, buddy? I know we talked before and stuff. I know you're a good guy, but you know what? I'm done. If you don't want to follow me, don't follow me. Then you're talking crap on my feed? Jeez. I made $6,000 last summer. I gave it. That's fine. Then why'd you come trade? You made $6,000. Why are you giving it back? So whatever. What's up, John? Hey, what's up, Raj? Please don't start covering your shorts. Else you might cause the market to rally. Yeah, right. Nah, Raj. I don't have that thing. I wish I had that kind of money. Even like I said, I was trading with that whale, and even his kind of money wouldn't move these markets, guys. So just be careful. Like I said, I mean, we can go straight up tomorrow for all I know. Who knows? And the X stocks like Facebook and Netflix, Who are the big tells that this market is weak? XLF and NDX are the heavyweights. Yeah, you know what? You got to keep an eye on the financials too. Facebook, Netflix, they're going up. But, these are stocks that everyone wants to be in. So as they're going up, they're hyping them up, giving them upgrades. I think Facebook, they upgraded today. They're doing streaming now and doing this. They're that next best thing to, sliced bread 300 years ago, whatever. But but that's it. Yeah, exactly. Tighten the stops. So when you're down 50% in that trade and you lost 2,200, don't you think you should start cutting that put? Especially if I'm telling you it's a monthly play. But I went 3 months out. Yeah, but it could go 3 months out. I keep telling you, this thing goes 5 months up. It could take 5 months to go back down. Man, that's just and then again. To 2,200, you better have at least $100,000 account, and then you're up in margin too. Oh my gosh, hello. But he also tell you stop. Yeah, Head and Shoulder AMD, and not really. I talked about it. I did a video on it. AMD. Sorry guys, I'm spent. I got up at 5 in the morning. I had a bunch of work to do, trading, live sessions, all this crap. People sending me emails about crying and stuff. Again, I'm in shares with pretty much every position. We did write calls on NVIDIA at one point, and that was another one. We wrote them at 21 bucks. They went to 25. They went to 30. You know how many calls I had in NVIDIA? I had 5 calls. I wrote them. A small position. It was a decent sized position, and that was it. When my average price I think was 23 bucks. When it went to 12, I cut them. I didn't wait for the end. Yeah, I knew I left some money on the table, but boom, I'm done. I was in them 3 months, but that was a trade I put on StockTwits or on Twitter. Go back to my feed. I have no puts on there. 0. If you don't like my stuff, then don't follow me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Just like people knocking me on AMD. We shorted right here on this green candle. That's where we went short. It went up in my face for a day. Everyone, you're a douche, da 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 da. Then when it pulled back, they all blocked me. I covered it, took it. When it was forming a bearish pattern, I told everybody, if it gets above the 20, you have a good chance of popping up. Closed above the 20, it popped up. Went right to this high resistance, pulled back, because that's resistance up here, guys, believe it or not. Pulls back, pops up, gets everybody long again, brings it back in their face. The only reason we went down, because the markets were coming down. Markets sell again tomorrow. This one's coming down. It continues to dump. I keep telling you, $8.51 to $10 area. And yeah, it's a little bit of a Head and Shoulder, not the best. You can make a case of it, but regardless, markets come in, it's still going to 10 bucks, regardless if we have a target of 977 or not. So, kind of sloppy. For a real good Head and Shoulder pan, well, let's look at the 60 minutes, see what it looks like on the 60. You could probably look at it a little bit better on that. I just don't like the fact that it came down under here. That's the only reason I don't like this pattern, and that's me. All Head and Shoulders aren't the same. It did come across on here. You could see it on this one a little bit better, but I'm not really playing it. That would be target 978, but you can make a case for it. I just like this one, to be a little more shallow and an upsloping neckline, but that's me. All Head and Shoulders aren't the same, but we had a nice push up, and then the rest of the day AMD. But see how we fell? Markets cost a little bit of a bid, got everyone buying the dip, and then bam, right back in their face. They try to buy again, and boom, right back, closes at the low. That's what they're doing. They're sucking everybody in, keeping this thing up. Look out. This thing could easily be a $10, $8 right down in here. So just be really, really careful. Head and Shoulder AMD, TVIX, 2-time levers, be careful. Yeah, just be careful with that one too. Always wait for the VIX to spike over 20 to start to short the VIX. Yeah, I wouldn't mess around shorting that one. You short that thing now, we get 500-point down day, you're going to get your head torn off. AMD is definitely a Head and Shoulder. Not the best. You can make a case for it. I don't like it. I'm not playing it, but I'm just playing, support and resistance. If it comes down here, back to 12, you have the 50 MA. You could get a bounce there. If it gets there, you have double bottom. But if it cracks this one here, you're going to fill this gap right here at 1221. And then I wouldn't doubt it comes right down here to 1065, gap window, gap fill, and then double bottom. And then, eventually if the markets are going, you're going right here to the 200 MA at 850. I've been posting this a little bit here and there. That just pisses the AMD guys off, but I'm just calling it how it is. If it goes up, great. Here's your resistance. double top, 1475, and then you have also resistance around 1622. That's going to be another pivot up in there. So as a bull, you got to get above this, fill the gap, get above this area here first around the 1472. If you can do that, I wouldn't rule it out. You have this upsloping trend or downsloping trend line here. That's pretty much where it stopped, came right back in. You're back below the 20, a little bit weak, still a strong stance. We'll find out more tomorrow. You know, one day, I don't need. If we get another follow-through day, then I'd start to worry about the markets and everything. If they pull back, I'm telling you, these things are all going low. So bank loans are down 50% since October. Bank stocks are toxic. Yeah, I've been telling everybody about a week ago, a month ago, whatever. Short the JPM, short the Goldman, short the BACs, short Citigroup, all that stuff. Short the piss out of semiconductors. We took the SMH. We're shorting that one. SMH. That one came in real nice today. Kept on. I mean, I wish I would have got the 80-30, but you know what? We were adding. You're telling people to go short. Boom, we got that day. We could have another outside day, and this thing could be easily 75. It's all said and done. The markets come in. I think this one could pull back to 68 bucks. Just be careful, guys. I banked on Lab D today. Holy smokes. Yeah, there you go. I hope you took it and ran. We can hear you. Yeah, all right. John, Apple and Facebook upgrade today. What happened to those people? Oh, they got smoked. Got completely. Facebook's not bad. I've been telling everyone short. Man, God, even Facebook did a fade. Looks just like Apple. See how they gapped it up? They got all the small retail guy. Now all the small retail turds are stuck up here. Because if they didn't buy Facebook yet, this pop and the upgrade, they're like, oh my God, I'm missing Facebook. They even upgraded today. 175. Oh my gosh. I got to do it. My broker even called me. You know, this can easily be 125 again. And if the markets really start to roll, and we're due, guys, big time. I think they come back down to easily 116, 115. Easily. It has no business being up here. We ran from 116 to 143 almost. Time for this one to come in. Again, still not out of the woods. You know, for this thing to bounce, you still have to buy the dip condition sheep, you know, doing it, you know, buying this stuff. So just be real careful. If you're new to the room, guys, I was doing $1,000 position. So how can you lose the $2,000 on a $1,000 position? You know, man, if you don't want to follow me, don't follow me. Do your own trades and, you know, whatever. You know, these are monthly charts, high flyers. We've been doing these for a long time. They take months to play out. I tell people, if you buy puts, that's your thing. If you got to do it, go a couple months out. Doesn't mean they're going to work. This thing could take 5 months to pull back. I don't know. So, but Apple and Facebook upgrade, yeah, I mean, that was epic. I mean, gosh, I wish I would have done more with these, but you know, what are you going to do? I mean, that had to be at least 100, 200% on that option if you would have done a March 31st or whatever the closest option is, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, or whatever on these. Man, the IBB, there's so much. I'm hoping I could get another one tomorrow somewhere. So what I'll be looking for, if the markets are down tomorrow and if something's up, I'll be looking for up stocks or upgraded stocks, like the FedEx. That's what I'm going to be watching in the morning. So let's see here. Hey, John, boy, after our session, yeah, Frank, I did one earlier today. It only went for about an hour and a half. We had some problems. Everything was okay on my end, I believe. I watched the video later on in the day, but people were losing the video feed. They can hear my voice, so something was going on. So that's it. New here. What about naked and naked? All right, Lonnie, let me take a look at that. Put a dollar sign in front of the symbols and do caps, please, so I know. Because sometimes people are doing like OMG or whatever, and I'm thinking it's a stock. I'm 46 years old. I'm you know, I'm old school. Trying to learn from the mistake. Let's see. Let's look at naked. I think that's one. NAKD. P. Shelley, you know what? I've been beat up all week by these longs and everything, and when shit comes in, everyone blocks me, and you know, and you're telling me that I've been telling people to, you know, you told me to do 3 months out. Yeah, if you have to buy a put, you go a couple months out in these markets. That's what I was telling you. So, yeah, and I understand what you did, but you know, gosh, and it sucks to lose money. I've been there. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then I finally said, "Holy crap! I got to pay someone to teach me how to do this crap, or I'm going to lose all my money." So, you know, it took me a while to lose a bunch of money. And I finally got to the point, I was like, holy crap, if I keep going like this, I'm going to lose everything. And that's where I straightened my shit out and took care and hunkered down and learned technicals, and boom. Like I said, I paid guys $300 a month. I paid 200 for my charts, $500 a month just to trade. And, you know, if I ever charge, I might charge 25 to $50 a month. People are complaining about that, you know, and most rooms are doing $100 a month, especially the live sessions, you know. But anyways, naked. Again, I don't follow these. These are just no volume names, and they get news. They go straight up. They come down. There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, if you're looking at overall a technical position, you're above all the MAs, kind of strong. You're an inside bar. Bearish patterns could possibly go down. If they get some news, it's going up. If they get bad news, it's probably going down. So this one, this one I can't make any rhyme or reason. You get news here, you got news here, news there, comes right come. You know, next pop, maybe short it. If you're going to take a position, just remember, you know, put in a position just like an option. If you can lose $1,000, put $1,000 into here. If you can lose 10 grand, do 10. If you can lose 100, put 100. Hold it, wait for news, pops up. You got to just take the profit and run, just like an option. That's how I would play this thing. 300,000 on a day, but it looks like it doesn't even do that on an average day. That's a big volume day today. So, but again, it looks like news is driving this one up and down. So just be careful with it. TTPH. It's like that guy with Tesoro. All he did was cry and cry and cry and cry, and it goes up in his face, and then he tells me he's all in. It's like, oh my gosh, you're all in. I'd be crying too. The Tesoro's coming in a little bit. So all you had to do was hold. You know, then he blocks me and makes fun of me on stock twits, and it's like, you know what? I don't have time for this stuff. But this one here, same thing, going up. Looks like on news. Let's look at the. Sorry guys for bitching and whining. It's been a long couple of weeks. Wow, look at this one now. Eiffel Tower straight to the basement. Yeah, for me, I don't know. You can bottom feed on this one. Looks like it's catching a bid, but if you're not getting above this 20 MA on the monthly, it's probably not going anywhere. Another news-driven one. Just be careful. We are above the MAs. It's looking okay from here, but here's your, you know, here's where it broke down right around $10. If it gets to 10, that's where it's probably going to stop. Could get to 12 maybe, but again, no volume. I mean, a little bit today. I can't make sense of these. You know, if anything, I would, if you were a buyer down here, I'd be selling right there. If you're looking, you know, or if you're long, tighten the stops. You know, I can't. These are tough. Especially, gosh, look at that. That's a beat down right there. That's a weekly chart. Wow. 2000. Oh, that might have been. That was almost a flash crash. But that was a couple weeks ago. That was actually this one right here. Flash crash pops up, and then they dump it in your face anyway. So I didn't say I didn't like you. Relax, not talking crap, trying to learn from my mistakes. I honestly just told you what I did. All right, yeah, that's fine. But man, you know, just again, then what you got to do, just take smaller positions then spread them across the board. If you got to do puts and everything, this is not tomorrow. I mean, right now you can, you know, watch it tomorrow. Again, if you could find a high flyer like FedEx, buy a put in that one. If that one bounces up tomorrow, buy a put in that one. Just one or two, maybe three. Go to 500, $1,000. You know, I maybe April's. You know, it's still all a gamble, guys. Just keep it light. But man, if this thing pulls back like it did today, you know, markets pull back, FedEx will come down. So that's one I'm going to be watching tomorrow. Not that I'm going to get into it. I mean, it's only $3 up now. It's slowly bleeding. If it pops back up to 200, 201, that's one I'll definitely maybe buy $500 worth of a put. I'll buy it in the money around $200 or whatever that is. You know, if I got to buy one put and it costs me $1,000, then I'll do it. If it's over that, then I'll come back down, maybe do 199s, 198s. You know, thinking I'll probably play it three weeks out and see if it comes in. But right now, you know, it's bouncing up. I guess they had bad reports. So I don't know why it's up. Maybe they're doing a stock buyback or something. But just be careful in that stuff. So many bearish moving parts right now. Fed, Brexit coming up, fruition or fruit. What's that? Fruition. All things Trump. Well, oh yeah, it's all. They always need a reason to sell these markets, guys. You know, if you're new to the stream, go to my StockBookie.com site, sign up for the membership. You'll get the email right before we go live and stuff like that. So it's been pretty good. We have some live streaming action. I'm going to try to throw out some more trades in these markets. we talked about earlier in the first live stream we did earlier today, we talked about the intraday action that this was coming up. We had some levels. Next level is 232.44, but we had these guys in place, touched it here, bounced up. But we talked about, this is slightly, bearish pattern, pulled back, came in, slightly bearish, and then pulled back. So just be careful with these markets right now. Let's see. How about short IBM and GS? Yeah, GS, I've been telling everyone from last week, GS, you might have to wait for a bounce. You are coming into support. If this thing bounces and goes back up, you can short it. Right now, it's a little bit, I'm still underwater on this trade. It's coming in a little bit, again, I'm a little bit more long-term, not long-term, 5-6 months on this one, if you want to call that long-term. I'm still playing on the move up when it did here. So I'm still thinking this one can come to 195. But if this one retraces, I would short it. If it comes back in, just wait for the bounce and then reshort it. Don't chase it. But the IBM, yeah, IBM 2 is coming in already. Damn, so they're all coming in. When these things were hitting double top, coming in, 182. Did I have a line over here somewhere? Monthly. 182. I mean, I would like to see it up, but a retrace to the 618 usually goes to 191, and boom, it's already pulling back. Doesn't mean it can't make a bounce and go for this. We'll see what happens, but I wouldn't, you could do it. Just take a half position. If it pops up in your face, just make sure you can add more just in case it goes up, and then you might have to hold on to it for a little bit. Today was a gift that we, pulled back that much. Tomorrow, if we start wrenching down, then if we close, there's a lot, I'm not even going to go into details. There's a lot I'm looking for tomorrow's close into the Thursday, Friday action. We'll have to take it each and every day as it comes, guys. So, but yeah, I mean, if you want to take a stab at IBM, I have no problem shorting this thing. Goldman Sachs too, but if you could get one more bounce and do it again, it might be getting too cute in these markets. But if you want to short these, I would pick on Facebook. I'd probably pick on Netflix a little bit more. Chipotle was green, but it doesn't mean it won't come. Doesn't have a little bit more. I pick on Win because Win was one of that was, well, it almost went negative today, just stuff like that. I think you're a smart guy and you have proven more winners and losers. No one is 100% accurate. Small account. I just bad timing in and out a couple of puts. We don't learn from just from going up. Yeah, we'll go buy calls. We're just trying to make calls here, man. Sorry to get all crazy on you, but gosh, sometimes after so many people, like yesterday, I start the feed. I have one guy that pops in here. He gives me a dislike, and it's like then another guy comes in dislike. But I know who it was. It was a guy I was going up against with Win yesterday, and sends me private emails. What are you doing? You're ripping on my feed. And I'm like, dude, you're the one starting to talk shit first. So I just came back at you. And unfortunately, I know a little bit about the markets, and apparently you do too. But you probably attack all the troll guys who know nothing, and then it's easy to just hit them. And, when someone's picking on somebody about a trade or something, I might chime in a little bit and say, hey, listen here. This is what I'm seeing, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what happens. Like AMD. Everyone's knocking me with that. I don't know. I'm looking at the chart. I have no position in AMD. If it comes down, I'll buy it long. If it goes up higher, I'll short it again. I don't care. I'm just trying to look and make money. March 2009, SPX 696. March 2007, we haven't had 2 consecutive quarters or 3. Yeah, exactly. In 8 years. It's terrible. This is all Janet Yellen in the Federal Reserve. And every day it goes up on no volume, guys. You get 55 million on the day. You get 60 million, 70 million. They can hold this piece of shit up. You start getting 131 million. Wait until we hit 250 million, 350 million on the day. You think we're going up, or you think we're going to be going down? She's just going to sit there and go, well. And then on every technical bounce, because she's got technicians too. Don't get me wrong. They're going to be like, all right, Janet, we could buy here too. All right, do what you can. And then what happens is like today, you bounce up, starts to fade. Comes in, bounces up because all the guys are distributing into her face. You get 2-3 guys distributing tomorrow, it's going to be lights out in these markets, guys. We'll see what the European markets do and the Asian markets do. If they get killed, we can have another slaughter tomorrow, and I would love to see that, guys. I will be getting paid. So, excellent bank calls, John. Excellent. Yeah, I've been telling everyone about, even in live streams. You want to short anybody? And I was telling Apple, JPM, McDonald's, Facebook, Google, Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, Win, Costco were short already. HRS would have been a good short. 3M you could short. NVIDIA on that retrace you could have short. I think it went to 110, 111. Got to short it. And I should have put a trade on there. Priceline you can short. Goldman Sachs, IYT. I was telling everybody for, until, well, now it's, not too late, but IBB, shorted. When it bounced up to 300 again, we added more shorts. I even posted something on StockTwits with a chart. You better short IBB right here. And I think it was 301, 302. And now where's the IBB? 289, 288. It's like a $12, $13 pullback. That would have been epic. I wish I had a put on that one. So, excellent calls on the banks. Thanks. Gotcha. Yeah, Lonnie, just be careful in these markets right now. Frank Mayo, DDS, M, TIFF at 96. Yeah, TIFF, short Tiffany. Are good retail shorts. Yeah, DDS, M, Macy's. Yeah, all good ones. Just go through the stocks, find a monthly chart, find the ones that are at the all-time high. Well, DDS has already been coming in, but I wouldn't touch that one. But the Tiffany's, we are short this one. We added more today on the green day. This is a good one too, guys. P. Shelley short with a put on this one. This one might do it. Remember, it was a little bit strong today, going up for the last 7 days. This one might be a good put. For me, I would go 2 week. It'd probably be April's. I don't know what Tiffany has. Probably do the April's, but if you get a quick pullback, you're out. Done. See you later. If it starts to chop around, you start losing, get the hell out. Of course, when you sell, you know how it works. As soon as you dump it, it'll start going its way. That's just how it is. But that's why, again, this another stretch chart, high flyer. It's Tiffany's. It's got to go up. And I'd still like it a little bit more, guys. You still have this pivot up here. Still could go a little higher, but I love this retrace here. But you know what? Hold on. We are short in a swing trade with shares in this one. But I'm upside down a little bit, but doesn't mean I can't put a put on this one. Yeah, if we go, maybe a little bit more, 97. If we get a little bit of a pause day and this one pops up a little bit more, then I'll do a put in the money, buy it at 96, 97 right there. We'll see what the premiums are. If I have to, I'll buy it a little bit lower. Like I said, $1,000 position, $2,000 position. That's pretty much the most I'll go on these trades. So, and I have a decent size account. I just know how this crap works. And when this market just sits and sits and sits, they decay like a turd, and next thing you know, you're upside down and you're done. So yeah, those are good. And the M, where's M right now? Yeah, I wouldn't short M either. M was the short up here. And I bet is there double top or anything? No. Look at that. Look at that thing. It's Macy's. It's got to go up. Look, it just went up with the markets, guys, all the way up till 2015 or so. Then remember they were talking about Amazon's going to take over the world. They're putting Macy's out of business, and then and now you get the retrace. You get all the buy the dippers chasing. Then they bring it down. They retrace it. Buy the dippers. Do it again. Now they're slamming them again. I honestly think, $20 maybe. You got some gaps down here. The markets go $17. It could still go down, but at this point up here would have been short. We would have been long, or even on the retrace back to this double top up here, that would have been a good short right there. I think we might have been talking about this one too. 618 double top. Look at that, boom, right back down. Took a couple months to come back in, but hey, rock and roll. SPY needs to drop back down to 220 area. Institution is massively long in this market. Nah, you know what? They've been adding shorts here and there, Sal. Nah, I wouldn't say massively long. They've been distributing up at the tops. And I found there's a couple reports that come out, and they're net short in these markets right now. They still have longs on, but I'm dying to see what the report shows on this week with that. But yeah, they're not massively long. I'm not showing you what I look at. If you know the markets, you know what I'm looking at. But yeah, they are not massively long. In fact, they are heavy short the Qs. They are heavy short the DIA or the Dow. IWM, they are short but not heavy. And then the S&P, they're net short there but not massive. But the ones that are really heavy short are the Qs and the Dow. So that's what I see. There's a couple reports that come out weekly, and that's what I follow. Credit company should be actually short for foreseeable future. Yeah, the CFO. Yeah, exactly. Let's look at them. See if they're high flyers. They probably all are. Yeah, look at that. This is what's going on, guys. Coming in, retracing, Trump rally to get everyone on. They're going to slap everybody now. Now they're just starting to slap everyone. They're getting all again. They're getting all the retailers back on board. Oh my God! You got to get in right here. Here's your double top. They retrace it up. They pierce it, probably 20 upgrades, and bam, right back down. You know, these are ones, guys, you know, if they come back in and bounce, you got to short them. But right now, you know, for me, I would just wait for, I'm sure I'm heavy short the markets across the board in a bunch of different trades. But these are the ones then, you know what, you can't take the chance. Wait for them to hit a good support area, get in and out on a nice bounce. COF, HNI. Let's look. Yeah, look, it's already, look at that. They shoot it up in November. Trump trade right back in the double top. Double top took care of business right back. This is a great bearish pattern setting up for lower prices. I mean, even this, you know, we did hold the bottom here. I mean, if it bounces back up, you could probably buy a put on this and then play it down. If the market sell, this will go lower. You know, these are patterns we watch for too, bearish patterns. Wait for one last pop. I mean, actually, this would have been it. So when it pulled it back, it retraced up, depleted or decayed some of the put, came into this sign bar, and then boom, 2 days down, he'd be out. So that's something I want to do. Maybe a webinar in the near future where you know, we show trade setups like this, you know, where you could do the quick in and outs with puts and stuff. But right now, you know, enjoy it. Enjoy the videos, enjoy the live streams. I love doing this stuff, guys. I wouldn't be doing it for free if I didn't love it. But like I said, eventually it will be cut off, and it will be a minimum fee. But it will just keep the real traders in here who want to have a good conversation, look at charts. I'll teach you how, you know, I'll teach you how to trade. I'll teach you what I'm looking for. And, you know, it's like going to college, guys. If you're going to pay someone $500-600 a year to teach you how to trade, but you go to college and get a college degree and you pay $5,000-10,000 a year for a college degree. If you have the money in these markets, 30, 40, 50 grand, I can make you more than any college degree will, you know. So, but anyways, that's another conversation. All right, let's see. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Guru Kung Fu. No problem, Lonnie. That's funny. Let's look at a couple of them. The BG. Let's look at the BG real quick. Yeah, see, look at this one. Comes to the top. Let's see if there was a double top or anything up here. Nope, but a retrace. Probably the blue line. Blue line 750. That's the one it's been going to. Perfect. Doesn't mean it won't go back up to here, but look at that. If this could be a good short here. Just be prepared though. It could move up a little more on you, but right now we did have a pretty good pullback. Let's look at the daily on this one. Look at that. So they chopped it around. You know, people were buying puts and it was going up. Then they held it, decayed them, and then, you know, right here, look how it popped up. This would have been the spot to do it. Not even a couple days ago, and you get to two drop days, boom, out. That would have been a great play there. CNQ, what's that one? Yeah, this one's already coming into retrace. Look at that, retrace double top. I bet you on this one too, it's the blue line. Blue line 750 retrace. Ooh, close. Close. 618, 750, sometimes in between, but you had double top to contend with, never can make it, and boom, right back down. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing, guys, and this is what going on. I'm not going to block you. I'm just not going to make a personal banner, man. I blame the market and the news. Said the stocks were going to drop every week if Trump won. Yeah, they were saying that too. And look at that. They stuck it up everyone's ass. And it was brutal. My luck, the day I toured the White House, the market drops. And now I have no puts sitting tight. And yeah, with two shorts, NVIDIA and TPC. Yeah, just hold on to those. That's all you can really do. You know, actually, if the markets bounce, then we'll look at, you know, if the markets get a good bounce and everything pops up for a week, then we'll be looking for areas to short again. Then I think you can put some puts on, because I think it will be one of those, get everyone on board, you know, Trump trade, Tepper, Siegel, Buffett, and then it retraces, and then boom, the next bomb. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Antonio, NVIDIA. Yeah, we looked at NVIDIA earlier. Had a nice retrace, guys. You know, I was hoping up into this area that I would have put a trade out there. I'm short on this one, getting my ass kicked. I'm holding on tight. This is a high flyer. If it does retrace up a little bit more, I would think about it. But again, I think this one, we'll see. It was 1 day of selling. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We'll just keep an eye on these markets to see what they're going to do. But I like the pattern down here when it was going slightly bearish, but they had to get it up, I think, in the March options to expire, you know, kill everybody with the options. So they pushed it up another couple days in the options X, you know, which was last week. Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. And then, look at that. So they stop out everybody, they kill all the puts, and then boom, straight back down. That's why if you have a $500,000 put and you're getting your ass kicked, it expires. Throw one on the next time, and boom, you would have made your money back basically today. But at this point, this could go sideways and set up for the next move. if it does come right back down, but close below here, you're most likely going to have lower prices to come. It cracks 95.15 and the markets are dumping. I still think you're coming down here to 78 bucks, possibly lower. So be careful. If you are long in this one, tighten that stop. If you are riding this thing up, if it does manage to get up, just ride it up. If it pulls back, just get the hell out. SPY, we talked about the SPY. Usually lead that off on our videos. That's why I sign up at StockBookie.com. You'll get the email and you come right back right when we start these videos. I also have a daily video, Antonio, on my website, and just click that. It's a YouTube video, and that shows about the SPY. But SPY came in good. We have support coming up. You know, I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know if it's going to happen, guys. I would love to see a gap down over this support. That would be epic. We will definitely come right down and fill this gap at 231. I'm almost conditioned here, guys, where I think we could get a bounce. But God forbid we wake up, this thing gaps down, we are going to go downtown. So, and just get ready. I don't know if I'm going to do a live thing tomorrow. The markets are nuts. I got to focus on my positions and start getting out of these things, protecting them, all that good stuff. And, you know, the trades that I post out there on Twitter and all that stuff, I got to, you know, if I'm not posting stuff on Twitter and a stock is getting murdered and you are making money, just remember, take something off the table. Some trades I'm not in on Twitter. I have them all on a watch list, though. But when I'm, you know, tomorrow, if we're getting a bloodbath, I got to focus on mine. So just make sure you know, if you're making 10% on a trade, sell half, sell something, get out of it and take some money. But yeah, SPY's looking weak. Again, one day down. There, you know, we could pop right back up, 400 up day, and we're right back at the top again. But we are overdue for a pullback. So at any moment, I mean, we could flush tomorrow. Again, no pattern here other than a nice outside red bar. We'll see what it gives us tomorrow. Target on SPY short. You know, if you're short up in here, you know, we took a short-term trade on stock twits. We covered today. You know, I'm not going to mess around. We got, I don't know, $5, $6 out of it. I don't even know what we got on it. But I am still in a short swing trade in this one. Target, if the markets go, I'm still thinking 220. The markets go down, and I'm still thinking gap fill down here at 208. And if the markets really are rolling, we're going right back to 1898. You can see it better on the bigger time frame. And this is why I'm short, guys. Again, if you just came to the room, I'm short because the markets. I don't want to wake up to another 500 down day and this thing's getting murdered because we're at the top of the market here. This could be the top. It might not be. I still have 242 and 252 still penciled in. This is .com. This is the housing crash. This is where we're at now. This thing could easily pull back. I'm still thinking when it's said and done, if we get a massive pullback, I don't know if it's through Trump or eventually, you know, it could be years down the road. I still think we're coming to 157. But now, you know, if this thing really starts crashing, you know, I'm thinking 181. That's my real targets for a buy. But you got to remember, we're at double bottom down here and all this stuff. It could bounce, but this could be the one time because we've been knocking this area for a while now. This could be the one time it comes right in and boom, shoots right to double top. And God forbid if we come down here to 139. I hope not. I still own a business, guys. I own a printing company as well, but I really want to do this full time, do the live trading room, you know, do subscription based, do all that stuff. Just charge a minimal amount, you know, where just like college, guys. If you're going to college, you got to pay someone. You're going to come here, go to college, then you're going to have to pay me. But eventually, you know, it's free right now. Just ride in line. It might go for another year. Who knows? I'm making good money right now, so whatever. Enough about me, though. That's it. You know, right now, you know, short term, even on the weekly, we came in, you know, weekly, you got the 20 MA down here around 228. I could see this thing easily coming in another $5, $6. And then you got a lot of support here with the consolidation and stuff like that. So, but one step at a time, let's see if this thing goes sideways and sets up for lower prices, or we just start gapping down and just go lower. That's what we're really looking for at this point, guys. Hey, John, thoughts on the XLI? I have a small position short. XLI. It's an ETF. All right, so this one's coming in. Yeah, I mean, if this is playing the down, it looks like it's playing the downside because today it looks like it's got its ass whooped. So, yeah, you're fine with this one. You are in some support down here. 618, you have the 50 MA, so you have a slight chance that this thing can bounce. Everything's going to be a market trade. If the SPY and the indexes go down tomorrow, this can easily be at 62.90. So ride this thing down. If the markets really give it up, this can easily be a $60 stock. So just be careful. Just know that you still have a gap window here, and you still have the Trump trade. It's going to easily go down to 56 bucks, guys, because this fantasy land trade here with the Trump crap, that's all fantasy. Markets give it up. As I was saying, the big money's distributing up here. They're not buying. The small retail traders buying up here, just like every other time, guys. Just like in 2008, just like in 2000, just like in 87, it's the same shit. Oh my God, it's going up forever. Janet Yellen, she'll be there just in case. It's great. They raised rates, like I said earlier. They raised rates and they're all applauding. Oh, this is going to be great. No, it's not. They can't raise rates in these markets, just like oil. Oil can't go up. Their experiment, the Federal Reserve, their big experiment, they can't have higher oil prices. They just can't. That will ruin everything. The consumer stops spending. They're not going to buy their Escalades, their bigger houses, get home equity loans, and buy boats. How are they going to fill up their boat with a 150-gallon tank? Yeah, well, they won't. That's when I'm going to buy their boat for half price. And the mansion they bought, I'm going to buy that damn thing at half price too. So yeah, ride this thing down. XLI, I think, if the markets really give it up, you got the gap filled down here at 62, but honestly, this thing could be easily a $60 stock. So keep riding that. If you are in, if you have a small position short and you're making money, if you're in the, if you're short from up in here, take a little bit off. Take a quarter position. You can take a quarter, take half, let the rest ride, take half here, take half there, and let a quarter ride to here. That's what we did with the SEO trade. SEO, as this thing was launching, we started shaving it off here. We took another position off here. I'm in a quarter position. I'm holding it. I'm hoping I could get it up to 45. Man, in a dream world, I get it to 50, 51. We'll see. But right now, I'm almost out. I have a quarter position of the USO short as well, so I don't care. But you were in this thing from 30, I think it was 33.70 right in there. I get a $6 move. I'm done. I'm out. Selling. I have a quarter position. If I can let this thing run to 50, even better. Came in late. Have you covered JNUG? Yeah, I covered JNUG. You could go back to the video. I have a daily video too out there, Lonnie. So JNUG's on there too. So if you're new to the room, punch up a symbol. We'll go over it. If I did already, you can go back and watch the video. Just put the $ in front of it, long or short. Or if you're in a position, let me know. We can take a look at it. I'm going to run this thing for a little while longer. Got a little bit of work to do still left here. ESPR, I think we looked at that one today. Yeah, it just gapped up. We were looking at this area. It already pulled back. God, this was another one. Just great fade. Everything's bad. That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow, if we gap up again, we might be able to play a fade again. But this time, I think we might gap down and keep going. For me, I mean, it's still kind of a high flyer, but this had earnings, popped back up, came back in. If you're not short from up in this area, I think we're talking about 50, 51. I mean, you could take a stab. I'd like, the way this thing's going up and down, I'd see if you could get one more move up and then maybe short. If you're short here, enjoy it. At least you're in the money, a couple bucks already. You're long, tighten up the stop. I mean, for me, nothing to do on this one. It's a little bit crazy. Lab D, we talked about the IBB. That's the one I follow. You're fine with this one. After this outside bar, you might get a little pause day, maybe a little bit of a bounce, but if this market continues down, and I'm looking for a gap down over this 50 and then right to the 200 MA. You have a little bit pivot here around 278, but down in here, you probably get some support. Like I said, if the markets keep going, this thing's going to keep going. It's not even going to matter. Support on any stock's not going to matter. The indexes start dumping, it's over. That's how I'm playing these markets, guys. TIFF, look what happened last year. I think we'll do the same thing. Yeah, we shorted TIFF before. I think this is the third time we shorted this stock. Every time it pops up, we short, we take half, pops up. Or I should have, I was going to take half here. I didn't want to get cute. They had earnings. They popped up in my face. But yeah, we did it. We did this one a couple times. Boom. I think we shorted up in here, took it, retrace, shorted again, came back in. I think on this retrace, we shorted it, came back in. Going right back up. Still can make it to 97 bucks. We still have some left in the trade just in case. But at this point, I got to start adding again just in case it starts pulling back. Markets pull back, this one will fall. If you're not short Tiffany, definitely short this one. I have no problem with that. Could go to 97, maybe 100. But again, don't load the house. If you're going to do a couple hundred shares, do maybe 150 here. If it pops up to 100, do 150 there. Your cost average will be around 97. Markets pull back. This pig's going to fall down like no tomorrow. Johnny, you have been doing great job. GS was fantastic call. bought puts yesterday and out. Yeah, get out of those damn things. Don't sit around. Is now the time to start with put positions? You know, it's hard to say. Maybe I got to see a little more. I want to see more volume on the SPY. If we get another light, shitty day tomorrow, we can possibly float. I usually watch the SPY around 10 o'clock the first half hour. If we're pushing 30, 40 million the first half hour, we're more likely going to flush down. So that's what we got to watch for. If you have 10 million on the SPY in the first half hour, most likely going to float and do nothing. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. Really, really close, and that's what we're watching for. No, I appreciate the words. So yeah, the Goldman was good. Goldman, I mean, everything was good. If you put shorts the last week or so and you bought puts the last week, as I was telling everyone, go short all these stocks, you would have got paid today. That's the bottom line. So, but like me, I went in a lot of these a little bit early. I never thought the markets would float up this high. I'm in some pain in some trades, but you know what? They're slowly coming in. Even Google. So yeah, so LN short. Let's look at that one. LN. Gosh, not a lot on the charts. I mean, it did hit double top, filled the gap. Maybe. I just don't like the fact that you're down at the bottom still down here. I mean, it doesn't mean it can't go lower. I want to look at the retrace here. 618, double top, gap fill. That's what it's kind of holding. Now there's really no pattern other than an up move. This thing can hold and set up for the next wave up. Markets go down, it's probably going to go down with the markets. Yeah, nothing to do. I mean, if you were long down here off of this double bottom, never confirmed. If you're long, tighten the stop. No, I mean, short, I'd like to see a little bit more. Just a beat down stock. I mean, they could push it up a little bit. Volume's a little bit light too. Actually, volume's really light. So yeah, you got to watch out for that. But no, not for me. Alta's one you could short. Facebook, Netflix. Wait for a retrace if you could be really patient. But we might not get it. This thing might just tank tomorrow. 3M's not bad short, but the 3M's, the PM's, the Procter and Gamble's, the Johnson and Johnson, those are tough trades right now. That everyone's going to jump into those. The McDonald's, all the safe haven dividend plays. But when the SPY gets a hole, if it does end up correcting or a nice pullback, nothing's safe, guys. You're dead on about Naked merger with the company called Bendon. Yeah, so you guys stay out of those. Thanks, LC. All right. Yeah, if anybody's in here and want me to look at anything, punch it up, $ symbol. We covered a lot of stuff today. X, I'm still pissed off about that one. God, look at this retrace, guys. That was just epic. Right there, boom, straight down. This is what I'm looking for. These are patterns I play all the time. I'm usually short with shares. I did something with Apple today that was over 100% on the option. It was great. I'm in 3M with 2 puts. I think it's 2 or 3 puts. I think I'm up about 36 or 40% on that one right now. I'm out in April, so the premium's not getting sucked out. But I did Apple Marches. Oh my gosh, that thing just ripped today. Unbelievable. I wish I would have put more across the board, but I didn't. So, but Axis was one that just keeps giving us. We kept, shorted up here, pulls back, cover it, comes here, shorted again. It just still pisses me off. But, the talking heads with Trump, and they're talking about this one, U.S. Steel, and it's just like, gosh, that's a great retrace, and bam, right back down. So BA came in today, yeah, BA, but that's another one. That's just the Trump trade, But look at this. Down, sideways, bearish, inside bar, boom. This one retraces one more time or sets up again, retrace. That's when we'll put some puts on this one, but this one can already be going gap fill. If you're in a put in this one or a position, down in here around 170, you could probably get some support if the markets keep going. I'm still thinking, these stocks, they went up way too fast, way too far. I'm 146. This was all the Trump trade, guys, right here, October. Trump, he's the best. Straight up, straight down. Look, staircase up, you'll get the elevator down really, really quick. Let's see here. John, let's talk about open tomorrow. We'll love you whack it. Let's see, hold on. SPY. Stocks are crazy. Last week, everyone wants Tesla. Yeah, 258. This week at 51. You go nuts. Oh, yeah, I used to go nuts. I used to yell at the screen. Son of a bitch, every time I get in this flipping thing at BA, I bought up here, and it's every time. I mean, 2 minutes later, I buy long and they're selling it for 3 weeks. Son of a bitch. And then as soon as I sell it, it goes up for 3 days. I chase it up. Then as soon as I get in it, for whatever reason, it goes right back down. I used to yell. I used to come out of my room in one of my old houses. My wife would be like, "What the hell's going on? Are you okay?" I'm like, "This effing stock every time." And it drive me nuts. Well, to the point, like I said, I was losing money where I said, I got to find some guy. I got to find somebody to teach me. So I started digging around, talking to friends and stuff like this, came across some guys, started paying them, and the rest is history. Now I came up with my style of trading, and it's all about strict money management, spreading trades across the board, adding slow and steady. Guys, there's times. If this thing comes crashing down into this area and the SPY's bouncing and this is coming down, and say the SPY's, all right, let's give you a scenario. This thing comes screaming down for 3 days, right into gap fill. This pivot here, gap fill, crashes through the 50 MA. Let's look on the weekly, see if there's any more support. Yeah, right there. Look at that. 163, you got the 20 MA, you got gap fill, double. This thing's screaming down, and the SPY for 2 days has been screaming up. You know damn well if that SPY keeps going up and this goes into huge support, I will be going long here. 163.13 is the yellow line. Let's see where these lines are here. Yeah, that's right where gap fill is, right around there. So you have great support. But if this thing has a 3-bar surge into a big area, the SPY's going up already, you got to be a buyer there, period. That's the shit I look for, guys. Right now, I can't, if the markets are bombing and this is hitting a good support level, you might get a short-term bounce for a day. And if the markets are tanking, you might get an intraday bounce and the thing just rolls over and keeps going. You got to go with the wind. These markets sell. The SPY keeps dumping. Everything's going lower, guys. That's it. Tesla downside target. Let's see. Yeah, so the SPY, let's talk about the SPY again. This is what I'm looking for, guys. In a million years, I would love the gap down over this area and try to go for the gap around the 231.50 area. In a dream world, yes, I would love that. If it did do that, you might get lower prices big time. We might get a nasty sell-off. I'm still thinking not that it's going to happen, guys. I'm thinking they're going to save it for Friday. We just haven't had one of those brutal sell-off, holy freaking crap. CNBC pulls out the market in turmoil tonight at 7, that crap, So we haven't had one of those, but still have some good support coming up. Again, if the markets and the big institution money doesn't want to deal with the support, they will gap it down and go. It will be a gap and go. Just like going up, they don't want to deal with resistance. What they do, they just gap it up and just keep it going. So, but an outside bar like this, red, you're most likely leading to lower prices in the near future. You might get a retrace and then the short, but might give you another opportunity to do that. So you got to be really, really careful. So I would be at those levels, added more on the way up. Average cost, yeah, 178, beautiful. 178, are you in the money already in this one? Yeah, there you go. You're starting. Just think 170, the markets really start to give it up. You're going to go to 160, then I honestly think we could go to 150. So, if this thing starts coming down, you're down in here, probably sell half, comes down a little bit more, take another half, ride the quarter to the 200 MA. These markets give it up. It could even go lower. You just think, guys, this was all up on bullshit, the Trump trade. Back in November, this was a $133 stock. It could easily blast through those levels, so be careful. Yeah, downside target 231, Frank. Tesla, yeah, I think lower for Tesla. So this outside bar here, look, this is what they did. They got Elon bought, hurry. Elon bought, and oh my gosh, he's such a great guy. He just knows everything about cars. And I mean, he's actually a pretty smart guy. He actually had a bunch of people pay him for the Model 3, a down payment, which they won't receive a car in 3 years. For all I know, this company could be out of business. They're bleeding cash. I talked to a big CEO that used to run these big corporations. He's retired now. And he's telling me, this guy's bleeding cash like out of his ass. He needs to raise billions of dollars. And this is coming from a big CEO and a guy who's pretty damn smart about this stuff. And he always tells me, this guy, every time they got news, it runs up 150 points, goes to the top, and bam, right back down. I'm telling you, 150 on this thing, 180. I think we go right back down to this right when it did this. These markets go. You get another big outside bar like this, you're going to 220. You do have support on the way down. It's not going to go straight down unless the markets are crashing. But I wouldn't rule out, 220, 180 area. But, you know, one step at a time. Right now, there's no pattern. If this thing cracks this area here, fills the gap, 238, I think it's going downtown. That's me, though. Does it every time. Goes straight up, then kind of chops around, straight down, straight up again, chops down. Just like this. This was the Model 3. Boom, we were adding. We were short right here. Boom, got paid there. So this is one you could have rinsed and repeat 14 times. Your cost average would be about $1 right now. Then you sit in it for a lifetime. Big day on Thursday, healthcare. Okay, that's another one. Yeah, but this news, we'll see what happens with that. You know, they'd probably be great. They'll pass something. The markets will rally 500. We'll be right at the top. If we do that, we'll be adding more at the top. If BA will go to 150, I will need your address to send you a gift. Oh, I could just send me a gift card, stockbookie@gmail.com. Some people do that. They send me a gift card, got one for Starbucks, got one for a couple other ones, Visa ones, and then I could just use it. If you want to do that, great. If you don't worry, Ruben, I'll be charging you one day. No, who knows? Yeah, then 2 weeks later, MLM. Yeah, I've been in MLM. That was another one. I remember you shorted that one, and there was a couple people that just couldn't wait. And we've done this one a call. It came in, boom. Again, monthly high flyer. It was chopping around, came in. We pulled off. Look, we pulled some off on this one. We added again. We pulled it off again. Now we're in half a position, and we're going to ride this thing down. This is another one on the high. This is the high flyer. Monthly chart. This is going to be $180. And here it comes. It's taking a couple months to play out. But, dang, there goes that. What the heck happened there? Gosh, I put my volume in there and then it disappears. I don't get that. Yeah, I touch the volume and make it disappear. It's like freaking yelling. The freaking there we go. Pissing me off, charts. All right, let's take that down. But yeah, this was another monthly high flyer. But 1, 2, 3 months up, finally did it. Now it's giving it up. I'm still thinking 178. If this thing really gives it up, this could be easily a $140 stock. But we've done this one a couple times, and we traded it early. I think we did it right here too. When it went this, we covered it, and then when it back up, we started adding, pulled back, covered, pulled back, covered, did it again. Rinse and repeat, guys, over and over and over. Don't care. Just want to make money in these markets. BA, yeah, 150, yeah, exactly. My first trade has been also holding short for 4 months and down, only $400. But looking at dead money, I decided to get out and put the money to other work somewhere else. This happened to me on yeah, well, that's the patient part about these high flyers. You gotta be patient, you know. And I've explained to that. Even, do you know how much patience it takes when the video was going up my butt, you know, and then it just kept going. I was like, holy flipping crap, you know. And even right here was extended, and it gave me another, you know, $25 up my, you know what? It was like, oh my gosh. You think I want to be sitting in this trade? But you know what? I have so many trades out there. It's just another one, and hopefully eventually it will come back in. And when it does, I'll have to pull it off. You know, and right now we're playing short term too, and that's why I got, you know, I'm doing short term trades. And I got a couple different accounts, guys. I got a scalping account, I got a short term trade account, I got a swing trade account. If I'm in a short term trade, might be for a couple of weeks. My scalping account, I'm trying to get in and out on that day or within a week. You know, I got all this stuff just spread apart. You know, just doing my thing. That's how you got to play this stuff. You know, in these monthly plays, you got to be patient. I mean, look at, oh, this is one that was just like, you know, as it was going up, and then this pop up. It took 2 months to pop up, but it took 1, 2, 3, 4 months to drop back down to the moving average. You know, and I always show this one too, Skyworks. This is another one. I mean, it was going up and up and up and up. It was like, oh my gosh, we picked this one off almost at the top. But boom, look at that one. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months to get back to the 20 moving average. But I know playing these it could take 5, 6 months. And yeah, it's dead money. But hey, one day, you know, if the markets are doing nothing, going sideways, and this is slowly bleeding, at least you're getting paid on something. This was a great retrace. We added shorts to this one. If you're not short, you can short Skyworks up here. It's not a bad short. If it goes to 100, just, you know, 101, 102, add a little bit more, but markets give it up. This one's coming straight down too. I mean, look at Skyworks today. They all came in. Markets fell. Everything fell, guys. Don't care what it is. NP. No problem. Okay, yeah. See, I'm 46 years old. Okay, no problem. This is why I'm sitting tight on DPZ. Yeah, because total BA. Yeah, exactly. DPZ was going up because Kramer was pumping the shit out of that for months. This thing's been going up and up. Just wait. Monthly chart. You're looking at 140. And if this thing really starts coming in, you're looking at $100 even number. $100 even number, you might want to take a stab on this one, maybe for a little, couple month hold. But again, if markets give it up, this one could be a $75 stock. Nothing wrong with it, but when the stock moves parabolic, it's time. I'm telling you right here, and right probably $100 will be the last stop right down in there. But that's a guess. I got to see what's going on, with the market stuff like that. This one took a good retrace. Let's see. ON. Yeah, look at that. Retrace back up. Still a low, still monthly chart. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you're going, but look at this, down, sideways, bearish channel in a channel, making higher lows. So nothing really wrong with this one, but let's see where it retraced just to see. The bigger thing, yeah, it could still go a little higher. But yeah, nice retrace, blast through double top, gets all everyone gets excited. Sure, an upgrade, maybe on some news or something. But yeah, for me, nothing to do. I would wait maybe the $20 area. Markets come in, this one will bomb. But yeah, right. But look at this. Right every time it goes straight up, comes straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. What do we do here? Straight up. Then there's other ways. One day when I do a webinar, I'll show you. There's some other stuff I'm looking at here. I'm not, not showing you guys. Sorry. one day maybe when I got the live room going, subscription based, all that crap, then I can show you more stuff. But yeah, I mean, look. Well, here, look on the daily. This is bearish pattern, bearish inside bar, starting to break down. This one's going to $11. You have some gaps to fill and stuff. Might be on news, but got a nice pivot here too, around 1086. This thing gives that nice outside bar off a bearish pattern. You're probably looking at lower prices to come down here, guys. So be careful with this one if you are long. If you're short, enjoy the ride. You could possibly, if the markets give it up, you could possibly come down 11.82 or so, $12. So SPY just gave back one full month again. Yeah, one day. And longs think we're crazy. Yeah, exactly. That's how it is, man. Next thing you know, oh man, just think from November, we've been going straight up. This thing comes in, we could be down here tomorrow. We could be at the 20 MA or the 200 MA by Friday. And then it wiped out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of gains in 3 days. I mean, it could happen, guys. You get an ugly bar like this. The ugly one I'm really looking at is the IWM. That is one ugly bar today. Especially after retrace coming from a high pivot, you get that. I mean, just think, if you get symmetry in the markets, you get another outside bar like this day, you could be at 128. You get one more day like that, you could be at 122 and no problem. You could get a $20 move, and just think, Trump trade, you could be right back here. This is the land of make believe, guys. You get one big bar, you're down here. You get another big bar, you're down here. You get a Friday dump out, you could be right here filling this gap in no time. By next week sometime. And that's the move we're trying to catch. Of course, I wish I would have caught that one straight up, but that was just freaking, gosh, they took it to the shorts here. Remember, we were 800 down on the Dow and everything was falling apart. Then the next morning we go straight up for freaking a month. Oh my gosh. Do you have any? Oh my gosh, the number of puts and shorts that just got murdered in there. Again, if you took a small position here, you'd be in bad shape, but not that bad. So that's the other thing too. You got to take the right size positions on all this stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, this is distribution, guys, right here. All distribution pops up. My turn, your turn, my turn, and all of a sudden it's everyone's turn. And that's what we got today. We got maybe a couple institutions in here, maybe a couple hedge funds, but right here it's like your turn, Joe, your turn, Paul, your turn, Greg, your turn, William, your turn. And it's a gentleman's game. Okay, well, it's your turn today. All right, well, hey, at higher prices, can I do it again today? And then all of a sudden everyone's like, holy shit, I got to get out of these markets. And that's when, boom. All right, let's see here. How do you pick your stocks, John? Just charts. That's it. I find, a lot of these are monthly charts, monthly chart stretch jobs, even on the indexes, though. I was looking at these the other night. Look where the 20 MA is, 118. These are all stretched, starting to come in. So this could take a month, this could take a week. Indexes are a little bit different sometimes, but I mean, gosh, if we at the end of the month, if we're down here, that was a nice reversal day. We just reversed 3 months out of this loop in a week or so, so this thing closes down here. But no, I just find support levels and resistance, Fibonacci, moving averages. You know, stuff like that. That's it. I have no screeners. I'm the screener. I go through charts every day. What I do, I have a bunch of, you know, I have 500, 600 symbols, and basically this is what I do. So on a daily, if I'm going to swing trade, I'll open up the daily and I'll just go, you know, this is Apple. I'll go Apple, Adobe. Darn it. Hold on. If I can do this right, Adobe, ADP, Aetna. I'll just start looking at charts. You know, whatever, AIG. And I'll start looking for, you know, and if I see something I like, it's like, oh, wait a minute, I have a trend line up in here. Let's see. You know, I'll have to go back out or whatever. Then I'll start looking at multiple time frames, looking for support, resistance areas. If I can line up, you know, 7 reasons to take this trade, gap fill, even number, Fibonacci, bottom low pivot, trend line, moving average. If I can line up a bunch of those, I don't, even if the markets are falling, you could catch a quick bounce, 40, 50 cents, get in and get out, you know, quick option play, stuff like that. Yeah, you could do that. Just remember, it's TZA. It's a 3-time bear. Just if you're going to do 1,000 shares in the IWM, do 500 in the TZA half, because that thing can be a beast. VIX had a good day. If we have follow through tomorrow, hit the low of the tops. Yeah, the VI, yeah, it's up a buck, 1246. Yeah, the VIX is starting to move up. You know, what else? The transports got smoked today. 170 down. Damn, that's talking to us, guys. But the rules that I follow, the rules always take small positions, no more than 10% of your total portfolio. Know your areas where you're going to get support and resistance. So if you get in this trade, you know that, you know, say you're going to do a $20,000, say your max position is 20 grand, and you want to get in this trade. So it pops up here, you know, somewhere around this double top, you got the line drawn in, I think wherever it was from here, that, you know, if you started adding here, you're not going to do $20,000 worth. Start with maybe 7,500, maybe 10 if you want to do that. So if you get a 5% pullback, you make your 500 bucks and get the hell out. You get a 10% pullback, you make a grand, you get out. But knowing that, hey, I got 10 grand left in the pot, this thing pushes up to maybe 108, 110. I'll maybe add the rest of it there, or maybe go 5,000, 5,000, get your cost average down. But I'm playing the 2 off the monthly charts. Like I know this one, I've been playing, you know, looking at this one, but this is stretch 2. So, you know, I want to try to catch this thing, you know, off that pivot, because, you know, connect the dots here. I don't like the upslope trend line, you know, to do it, but, you know, I got to play what I have to work with. This doesn't really have technicals up here. This is at all-time highs. That's what I'm looking for now, guys. Just high-flying stocks at all-time highs. These are the ones you want to get involved with, because if these markets go down, they're going to fall like bricks, because they've been going up on hot air. Retail traders buying in. Shorts, you know, the weak shorts are, you know, went way too early. They're starting to cover. It's going up on hopes and dreams, guys. When they pull this rug out, look out. So that's, you know, that's why, you know, if you go to my Twitter feed, here, I'll just pull it down. You know, IT, we added again, you know, shoots up. Let's do it again. We did this trade a couple times. DFS, we covered half of that. But DFS, if you look, we shorted, added more, average price, we covered half, added more, covered half. I don't care. Get me out of these trades. And actually, we added more at 71.58, better than our first entry. Boom, took it out at 68. I'm done. You know, we're still holding half. It goes down again, another couple bucks, I'll be out. I don't care. You know, stuff like that. Tiffany, we started at 90, 93, 94. You know, just at slow. If I know my position's 20 grand, I'll start with 10. This one, I'm going a little bit more because there's a pivot up at, I think, 97. So you'd start at 10, maybe do 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, got 4,000 left. You know, just slow and steady. And if this thing has a nice pullback, boom, gets below, you know, 88, 87, you pull it off, pull half off, pops up again, do it again. I mean, it's guys, it took me 8, 9 years to come up with these strategies and do it. It is tough to add, especially when something's going against you. You know, but for me, if this thing goes to 100, that will be my last time I add. Then I'm going to stick with it, because again, markets pull back. That's how I'm playing it. Markets pull back, it's all going to go lower. You got to play it with the tide. You know, TAL, we add a little bit more there. You know, went above the $100 even number. I like that. Like the fact, another high flyer. DAL, we covered the last half at 46, but this was another one too. We shorted here, added more, average price, we covered, added more, covered again, covered the last of it today at 46. Boom, just keep going with them. I don't care. I want to make money, guys. I'm not married to these stocks. I use them for vehicles to trade. This one here. Shorted this one, never added on this one. This one had a nice pullback, covered half today. Boom, out. Why not? For whatever gain, I don't know, $7, $10 gain or $9 gain. And now I'll ride this one. I'm half out. If it pops back up to 217, 220, boom, I'll do it again. So I know up there it's a high flyer, and and you know, that's what we're looking for. Duncan, I added that at double top. Hasbro, that one I've been slow and steady. I knew it's Hasbro, guys. It's another one. Everybody wants to get in. But as this one's high flying, I'm going to slow and steady. Panera 2, that one, I think that one was positive today. That was a pain in the ass. But started adding here. I'm going to stick with it. I've shorted this one a bunch of times. Uh-oh. That might be my wife. Dun, 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 dun. No, it's my mother. She's like, did you see the markets today? If you guys follow me, do live streams, you know my mom calls. She always gives me stuff up. PM, we did that here. We're adding there. That's another one. But that's another one that's tough too. You know, everyone's hopping into those. Shops, we're adding more on this one. Slow and steady, guys. Slow and steady. You know, a little bit painful, but, you know, again, if you have $20,000 position, start with 10, 2,000, 2,000, get it up to 14. You know, if this thing pulls back, your average price will be right around 64, 65, whatever. You know, these, I'm just throwing out numbers. ALGN, we did this one. This is one we've traded a couple times before. In a little bit of pain here, slow and steady, guys. That's all we're doing. You know, even number here. This is another high flyer. So this is a monthly chart play, adding slow and steady. When the markets come in, this one will come in. So that's what we're doing. GWW, we did cover half of that one. You know what? Heck with it. Got 15 bucks or whatever on this one, taking it. I think it was down a little bit more. When we're getting a little bit beat up, I added more at 112. Also have a short-term trade too, but this was win too. We took it, we covered half, went up, just slowly add. So the half we covered, I took that, a quarter of that half, added here, added another quarter of that half, added here, and then I added a little bit more. This was never a full position. You know, it's strict money management. So we're short take two, LOPE, ADP. This is another one. Short it there, covered half at 95, added, you know, just keep it, let it go back up. I don't care. When it comes back down to 95, 94, I'll take it off again. You know, that's what we're doing here. ALB going up on us, just rinse and repeat. Same thing. ALB covered half. This trade came from the live session, went back up, same area, added more again, boom. And I'm sure I didn't check. I got to look at these tonight, you know, and which ones I'm in, which one I'm not in, which one I could, you know, start talking. But Pull, Wix, Avgo, these will show doubles because I added more up here. But the IDXX, Door, SMH, you know, we added, you know, we took it there, we added more here, boom. Skyworks, right there, slow and steady. If it goes to double top area, we'll add a little bit more. Fizz we took. Tesoro, that one I'm in some pain. Average price is 134. That one I was crying inside, guys. I'm a trader. I have a big position on that one. I was out of the money, but in the meantime, I was scalping, doing other stuff. And here we are. It's at 149. I'm only 15 bucks out of the money. And still, no positions bigger than 10% of my total portfolio. So even if this went up 50% on me, if I'm in a 10% position, it will only destroy me 5% in my portfolio. 5% loss. That's why even on 50% up, I'm still not getting my butt kicked. If you go 0.5%, it would be 2.5%. So if you're banging out 50% in your portfolio every year, 60%, 40%, 70%, what's 5%? What's 2%? What's 3%? You just got to bang out 4 more trades to make up for the one shitty trade. The SCO, that was epic, holding quarter position now. URI, same thing. We added more. This was another one. Don't load the boat, let it go up. We covered half right away, went back up, did it again, added again, boom, covered it again. We even got covered it a little bit lower than the first time, and we added a little bit higher. Don't be afraid to trade, guys. So, you know, I'm not going to beat a dead horse here, but that's my Twitter page. If you want to come in, just let me know, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, same age, recent action reminds me of, yeah, 19, exactly, Frank, same trip, same crap, man. Should warrant on ongoing operations might be as open as 0, yeah. I would not short this. Too late to short. Could wipe you out. Play options to find risk. Yeah. What is that? Sears Holdings. That's too bad. Is it lower? Wow. Just grinding down. But wow. Yeah, it's too bad. You know, another one though. Look at that. They took it straight up. Everyone got excited. It's Sears, and look at that, right to the basement. Unbelievable. Just be careful in these guys. You know, that's what you just got to watch these. Just be buoyant in these markets. Again, we could gap up tomorrow and be up 300. I don't know. But when you have profits on the table, just take them. Don't be shy and just keep trading. That's all you could do with the, that's all you could do, guys. Just keep trading. So, all right, I'm going to end the session now. It's almost 9 o'clock in New York, and it's almost 6 o'clock here. I got a couple things to wrap up, then I'm going to take off. Watch for my emails tomorrow for the live stream. I'm definitely going to do something tomorrow. Keep me on there. Sign up again for StockBookie.com. If you're not a member already, you'll get the email before we go live, and then come on back. We'll have some fun trying to make some good trades here. So again, guys, thanks for following me. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for being a part of my trading life. I hope I'm putting some of you guys in some good trades. If we get the markets to pull back another couple days, all these high flyers should be coming in at least 5 to 10%. Options, God knows, 100%, 200%. If you are taking puts in these markets. So just be careful again. We could get by the dips going in straight up. Who knows? One day at a time, like I always say. Again, that's all we can really do when we trade. All right. Thanks again for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.